Ever wondered what a good vertical oscillation when running is? Well, strap in folks, because we're about to dive deep into the world of running mechanics. So, you're out there, hitting the pavement, feeling the rhythm of your stride. You're not just moving forward, are you? There's a little bounce in your step, a bit of a hop, skip, and jump. That, my friends, is what we call vertical oscillation. It's the up and down movement that happens when you run. Picture this. You're running on an invisible trampoline. With each stride you bounce up and down, propelling yourself forward. That's vertical oscillation in action. But here's the thing. It's not just about bouncing. It's about the right amount of bounce. Too little, and you're not making the most of your stride. Too much, and you're wasting energy that could be used to propel you forward. Imagine if you were to jump really high on your invisible trampoline. You'd feel pretty cool, right? But think about how much effort that takes. Each high jump requires a lot of energy, and all that energy is going into getting you up, not forward. Now think about bouncing just a little. You're still moving, but it's not taking nearly as much effort. That's the kind of balance we're looking for when we talk about vertical oscillation. So, why do we care about this invisible trampoline and your bouncing skills? Well, it all comes down to efficiency. The higher you bounce on this invisible trampoline, the more energy you waste. And when it comes to running, whether you're sprinting for the finish line or pushing through that last mile of a marathon, every bit of energy counts. So, that's the lowdown on vertical oscillation. It's the bounce in your step, the spring in your stride, it's the invisible trampoline you're running on. And remember, the key to a good run isn't just about speed, it's about efficiency. The higher you bounce on this invisible trampoline, the more energy you waste. Why should you care about this invisible trampoline, you ask? Well, let's dive right into it. Imagine you're carrying a backpack full of rocks uphill. Yeah, not a pleasant thought, is it? The heavier the backpack, the slower you'll be, and the more exhausted you'll feel. That's a lot like running with poor vertical oscillation. You're essentially carrying around an invisible backpack of rocks, draining your energy with every step. Vertical oscillation is the measurement of how much you bounce while running, or in other words, how much you're hopping on that invisible trampoline. It's measured in centimeters, and a smaller number means you're running more efficiently. Why is it so important? Well, when you run, you want your energy to propel you forward, not upwards. Each time you bounce, you're wasting precious energy that could be used to make you run faster. If you're bouncing too much, you're not only wasting energy, but you're also putting extra stress on your joints, which could lead to injuries. Think about it. The more you bounce, the harder your feet hit the ground. That can translate to more shock through your joints, more stress on your muscles, and more potential for injury. Not to mention, bouncing too much can throw off your rhythm and make it harder to maintain a consistent pace. So, in essence, a good vertical oscillation is like shedding that heavy backpack of rocks. It makes your run smoother, more efficient, and less tiring. It can also help prevent injuries and improve your overall running performance. Now, I know what you're thinking. How do I know if I'm bouncing too much? Well, that's a topic for our next scene, where we'll delve into what a good vertical oscillation looks like and how you can improve yours. But for now, just remember this. When it comes to running, less bounce is better. It's all about moving forward, not up and down. Don't be that person lugging around an invisible backpack of rocks, folks. The goal is to run smarter, not harder. So, stay tuned for the next scene to learn more about improving your vertical oscillation and enhancing your running performance. So what does a good bounce on this invisible trampoline look like? Well, let's dive into it. Just like the tale of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, it's not about having too much bounce or too little, but finding that perfect, just right amount. When we talk about a good vertical oscillation, we're generally discussing a motion that is efficient and helps propel you forward with the least amount of energy wasted. The ideal range of vertical oscillation for runners is usually between 7 and 13 centimeters. Imagine a sweet spot, right in the middle, around 10 centimeters. That's the Goldilocks zone we're aiming for. Now you might be wondering, why not more? Why not less? Well, if your bounce is too high, say above 13 centimeters, you're essentially putting in extra effort that doesn't contribute to moving you forward. It's like trying to run while jumping on a trampoline. Sure, it might be fun, but it's not exactly efficient, is it? On the flip side, if your bounce is too low, under 7 centimeters, you're not fully utilizing your body's natural spring mechanism. It's like trying to run on quicksand. You're working hard, but not getting the liftoff you need. But remember, these numbers aren't absolutes. They're more like guidelines. Everyone's body is different, and what works best for one person may not work as well for another. The key is to experiment and find what feels most comfortable and efficient for you. So when you're out there hitting the pavement, keep these numbers in mind. Try to stay within that sweet spot, that Goldilocks zone of 7 to 13 centimeters of vertical oscillation. It's not about bouncing higher or lower, but finding that just right balance that helps you run more efficiently and with less effort. Remember, we're aiming for the Goldilocks sweet spot of bounce here, not a kangaroo hopping contest. So let's keep our bounces efficient, not extravagant. Happy running. Want to perfect your bounce? Here's how. Imagine your body as a guitar, and vertical oscillation as the music it produces. Too much bounce and you're playing a wild rock anthem, too little and you're strumming a sleepy lullaby. The goal is to find your perfect running note, that sweet symphony of efficiency and speed. So, how do you tune this running guitar? Let's start with the basics. First, focus on your posture. Imagine a string pulling you up from the top of your head, aligning your body from your ears to your ankles. This alignment helps to reduce excessive movement and keeps your oscillation in check. Next up, cadence. This is the number of steps you take per minute. Increasing your cadence can reduce your vertical oscillation, as you'll be spending less time in the air and more time moving forward. A good target to aim for is around 180 steps per minute. Now let's talk strength training. Incorporating exercises that improve your core stability and leg strength can help control your bounce. Planks, squats, and lunges are your new best friends. They help you maintain a steady posture and generate more power with each step, reducing the need for excessive bouncing. Finally, practice mindful running. Be aware of how your body moves. Feel your foot strike, your arm swing, your breathing. By tuning into these sensations, you can start to understand and control your vertical oscillation. Remember, improving your vertical oscillation is not a one-night gig. It's more like a long concert tour. It requires patience, practice, and a lot of tuning. And just like a concert tour, there will be high notes and low notes, good performances, and not so good ones. But with each run, each step, you're getting closer to that perfect running note. So, grab your running shoes, tune that guitar, and start playing your running symphony. Keep tuning your running guitar, folks, and you'll hit the perfect running note. Let's do a quick recap, shall we? We began our journey into the world of vertical oscillation by stepping onto an invisible trampoline. We likened the concept of vertical oscillation to bouncing on a trampoline. But remember, we're not aiming to win any kangaroo hopping contests here. The goal is to find the sweet spot, the Goldilocks bounce, that not too high, not too low perfect rhythm that helps us run more efficiently. We explored why vertical oscillation matters in running. It's not just about looking cool or feeling like a gazelle, but about conserving energy and preventing injuries, two elements crucial to any runner's journey. We learned that a higher vertical oscillation can waste energy and even lead to injuries due to the greater impact forces. On the flip side, too little bounce can hinder our stride and speed. Then we delved into the question, what's a good vertical oscillation? We found out that the answer is not one size fits all. It depends on factors like your running style, body type, and fitness level. However, as a general rule of thumb, a vertical oscillation of around 7 to 10 centimeters is considered optimal for most runners. Next, we shared some tips on how to improve your vertical oscillation. From focusing on your core strength to practicing good running form, we discussed various strategies to help you achieve that Goldilocks bounce. We even threw in some fun exercises like high knees and butt kicks, because who said improving your running form can't be fun? In the end, remember that improving vertical oscillation is not about bouncing the highest or the lowest, but about finding the right balance that works for you. It's about becoming a more efficient, healthier runner, and having a bit of fun along the way. And that, folks, is the secret to mastering the art of the bounce. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more running tips and tricks. Keep on bouncing.